What's doing? Welcome back. We've got another Hilux. This time it's a Gen 1. So let's have a look and see what it gets up to. Yeah, so this one's a Gen 1, early girl. It's a 16 model, completely stock. It has slightly bigger tyres and stock wheels. But outside that, she's all stock. It's just used a tow caravan, everything's stock, even a factory snorkel. But let's talk about something different first. So this is my second one of the day today. I've had a Gen 2 just on before. Same thing, this one's been tuned before. He's not quite happy with the tune, and the auto does typical Toyota things. So he came in for an auto tune, but with these I can't just load an auto tune on top of someone else's tune. I have to either write a new file or get that Dyno guy to send me their file, put my auto tune on their tune and put it through. Long story, technical, but anyway, that's it. So he's decided to go with a new tune so he can fix all the problems he's having, plus the auto will fix more of those problems as well. Be good on fuel and stuff. So I'm going to run it up so you can see, because this one's completely stock. The one I've just done this morning wasn't completely stock. Let's have a look. So this one has a 3-inch exhaust and came in already tuned and made 111 kilowatts and 353. So you can see it. I thought that was a little bit weird. So I loaded a stock file in and we got 101 and 366. But let's have a look at the boost and fuels. All right, so we can see here the red was as it came in. So it was running really fat. It was running 16s to 1. Really fat. We put the stock file in, starts out at 20 and then tapers out. We put my tune in, we started at 20, we come down to 18 and taper through. Boost wise, we didn't put much more through it. We're running about 23 and a bit stock, on a stock turbo. Stock is nice down here, but you can see the tune didn't do much more. It was on 20 pound instead of 19. So I only put 1 pound of boost in. Weird. Heaps of fuel, no boost. Probably not a great idea. And this is the interesting one, the calculated load. The ECU is going off the charts, the wrong direction for calculated load. When we're going right up top of the end of the RPM, it's just thinking it's not doing anything. There's no load there and falling over. So that one wasn't good. Like I said, that one's now got a hard cut limiter. It's got a 3-inch exhaust, and I don't want to show you the stock. But that's a stock Gen 2 with a 3-inch exhaust, made 100 kilowatts and went out with 130 kilowatts and 460 newton meters. So you can see the big gain from as it arrived to when it went out. We gained 100 newton meters over what it came in with. And yeah, completely different car. Haven't put the auto file in this one, it's just all stock auto file, so I'll still do the weird things in 6th. But now, yeah, carry this all the way through, much better. But let's get on to Gen 1. So Gen 1, I'll get it strapped down. It's not strapped down yet. We'll run it up, see what's got in it, see what the tune looks like. If it looks junk, I'll put a stock file in and start again. And so I know where we're at with it. If it looks okay, I'll adjust and go through and put my tune in and run it up. So we'll see what she gets up to. Okay, so we've just run it up and with the file that came in with, and this is what I got. It doesn't look too bad. This is just AFR and boost at the moment so you can see what's going on. But 119 kilowatts and 416 newton meter torque. Our AFRs are around the 18 to 1 and dips out, so it's not so bad compared to the other one from earlier. And our boost sort of sits around that 23 pound, I think 22 pound there somewhere. So it's not too bad. So yeah, this one's a lot better tuned than the previous one that we just had on. So we'll have a look. I should have this loads ready. But I've got a stock file. Let's put a stock file in it. Compare that so you can see what a stock car gets as a Gen 1. And then you can see what someone else has tuned. And we can have a look at what I've tuned and compare all three of them. Let's go. All right, so we've loaded a stock file in now. I've put a dyno file in this. And what that means is I've brought the lock up on 4th so I can bring it back a little bit earlier. So it lets me log a lot earlier in the RPM range. So I've got that in, so when you see up here, I'm going to start a bit earlier. I started last time at 90, and now I'm going to be able to start about 75, so I can get that RPM down, and I can log properly, and go through, do the full run, and then I can have a look, make my changes, put the new file in, and we'll compare. So that's the run. We'll get out, we'll have a look and we'll compare. So you can see there, the green run is the stock run. So our boost levels here are a lot lower than the tune run, and our fueling is a lot leaner as well. So that's stock as a rock. That's what you get, just under 100 kilowatts and 369. And the previous tune, like I said, isn't too bad. So a bit of a good wrap for the previous shot. But yeah, okay, let's have a look. We'll put my file in. Same thing again with the dyno file, and then once I've done that, then I'll change that again and put my file in again with an auto trans tune file, and then we'll go for a drive, make sure the auto trans tune is doing the right thing. If you're interested in more information on that trans tuning, I'll throw another link in the description down below. We've done heaps of work trans tuning on the Hiluxes, Hi8s, Land Cruisers. So if you want information on that, I'll drop a link in the description down below. But for now, let's get this other tune in and see what it does. Alright, so there we go, we've all run it up. So we've got as arrived in red, green is stock and blue is tuned by me. So let's have a look at some differences here. So you can see red, we're running a lot more boost than what I run. Red, we're running a lot more fuel than I run. And green is obviously there in the middle. So now we're running very close to factory in the AFRs, and then we sort of taper in and hold around that sort of 20-1. And then our boost levels, you can see we sort of hold around at 20 pound because these turbos don't like this much boost. So yeah, we run about 20 pound. So less boost, less fuel, more power, more torque. There's not all tunes are equal. And just to show you some differences there, so you can see the AFRs versus the boost versus the intake air temps. I'm not fudging any numbers here. Airings are the same, intake air temps are all within a degree of each other, if that. Our manifold pressures, you can see obviously there's a difference. More, less, less. And fueling's the same as well, less, more, weight. So that's it for this Hilux. We'll load the tune file in with the trans tune now, so it won't lock up in fourth the whole time while he's driving. So that's a little thing I do for the dynos, is that lock up in fourth. So we'll load that in, we'll go for a drive, make sure it shifts, make sure it does everything nice, and he can get on his way and tow his caravan. Should be way better on fuel. Trans will actually then have fourth, fifth and sixth lockup. He's already said six is useless, it's never there, so now he'll have sixth. But fueling should be way better just with the tune alone. Then the trans tune will help that as well. Get that lockup converter in, bring the RPM down and save some more fuel. So it should be a really, really different car to drive in the way of how it drives, not so much obviously power and torque, because power and torque's about the same, but we're making a little bit more power and torque there. But it showed a little bit of a notice, but not big gains obviously. But fuel economy and how it shifts is going to be... I thought I'd just give you some power and torque lines just so you can see the power and torque. So yeah, power-wise, you can see there's not much of a difference. It sort of carries a little bit more through here. Torque's about the same. Obviously, we started a bit earlier, but it just carries that little bit more through. So power and torque isn't much different. The fueling is though, and boost is. So this turbo will survive longer and will be better on fuel. So that's it for this one on this Hilux. Hopefully you enjoyed it. A bit more technical info on a Gen 1. They are a lot less than a Gen 3 obviously. We're getting pretty close to a Gen 3 with 122 kilowatts and 430 newton meters, so they'll get up to about Gen 3 stock. So big difference for them if you're having a Gen 1. The trans tunes make the day for the tunes. The trans tune of these things is night and day. You don't have to have a tune either. You can have a stock car with a trans tune, that's no drama. But if your car is tuned, we can't tune over top of it. We need to, or we have to tune over top of it, delete the ECU tune and start again, unless your tuner will send me their tune. I can put my trans tune on top and load that in. So if you're wanting that, get that sorted, no dramas at all. If you like this stuff, hit that like, hit the comment below, let me know what you think about it. Hopefully I can answer some questions on the Gen 1 Hiluxes and show they can make some good power and be reliable. That's it for me guys, see you in the next one.